Hey, good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, whatever. It's actually, well, I was gonna say it's not afternoon here. It's 9 o'clock, but no, that's not the point. What I wanted to do today was show you a quick video on how I make my videos. Don't judge me on my desktop. It's I'm a little crazy, but if you read the About Me page or About Us page on the YouTube channel, it, I talk about how it's free this, free that, free everything, and it is. So I am using Snagit right now to capture my desktop. I was having trouble getting the game bar to do it, but I do have a licensed version of Snagit, so I'm using that to capture my desktop just to show you what I do. So what I always do is I open up Rockstar and I click play the game. I'm not going to do it right now. Once I'm in the game though, I will open up the Windows game bar, and that's with the Windows key and hit G. What that does is it opens up this part right here. A couple little things that come in, and I'll just click the record button. And when I'm done playing, I'll open up the game bar again and I'll hit stop. So you'll, I don't, I don't have it set up properly, or I guess I could set it up better. But if you look at my videos, you can see the mouse moving up to the top of the screen to actually hit the record button, hit the stop record button. I'm not going to do it in game or in this video because I don't know what recording while recording is really going to do to my computer besides blow it up. So I make it go away. When I save my video or when I make it, it automatically saves it to the videos captures folder. And this is the video that I recorded, just a quick little video. I recorded no audio whatsoever in this video. So this would be kind of reminiscent of actual gameplay. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to close this. I created this video. I went onto the internet and I downloaded a screenshot or a meme, just an image actually, and I'm going to use that as my introductory screen or introductory tile. What the video starts with. My first couple videos I didn't have that, and I thought this really added to it. The other thing I've been adding recently in my videos is audio tracks, just at the very beginning. So that's where I'm going to start this right here. What I've done is I've gone through, did I lose it? I've gone through a couple different audio. I have no idea what I was saying right there. So let me start over. Uh, I felt that my audio or my videos are better when I've got that um, kind of just intro sound. I think it sounds better. The music plays for just a couple seconds. Uh, so here we go. Let's go with Tupac. So I'm going to use a little bit of Tupac's audio, and I'm going to create a sound bite at the very start of it. I open Audacity. Let me start a new project. Oh, cancel. New. And on this new, let me get rid of the old project. No, I'm just going to drag it in here. While it's importing this, one thing I do want to make you aware of is that my audio or my videos have been getting flagged for copyright violations. So you might not want to do this. The song is 6.5 minutes long. I know I'm not going to need anywhere of that. I just use a couple seconds at the very beginning, so I highlight that entire section, and using the backspace key, I delete it. Hold down the control key and mouse wheel up, I start to zoom in on the actual audio itself. So I can use a scroll bar, I can see where I'm at. I know I'm not going to use, let me scroll wheel out. I know I'm not going to use anywhere over 7 seconds. Let me get rid of all this. I'll select it and backspace, it's gone. So what I'm doing is I'm trimming this audio down into a manageable, just sound bite. Let me zoom in, and sorry about any audio. I don't know how this is going to sound coming out, so I will, I don't want to mess with the playback too much. There's a lot of things in Audacity I don't know how to do, and I can play around with this for hours. But anyway, bear with me if the audio is so loud. California, California. So that's kind of nice. I like this intro. I know that what I like to do is This first part right in here, I'll go to my effect and I'll fade it in so it starts out a little bit softer and it gets louder. And I might actually pick right in here and also fade that in a little bit more. Effect, fade in. I don't like the way that looks, so undo. But what I will definitely do is fade all this out. So basically it gets a little bit louder, 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 and then softer, softer, softer. Fade out. And I'll actually do that twice. Fade out. So let's see what we have. We go to rewind and then play. I like it. I'm going to go File and Export as MP3. And I'll call this my intro. INTRO. Let me see if I spell that. Yeah, okay. Clear all that stuff. Like I said, YouTube's been pretty good about catching my violations. So what that means is when I get to that point where if I'm able to monetize my videos and make money off them, the money will go to Tupac and not to me, which is fine. I'll give it to them. I'm sure they could use it. I don't need it. So I've got all the elements that I want for my video. I've got an intro card, I've got an intro music, and I've got my actual video itself. So now I go to video and it open up the Microsoft Windows Video Editor. I've already got it opened up so we don't have to wait. Click on Add from this PC, and this is all the things I want in my, it's kind of like my working files. If I add other images, or if I add other, all sorts of different elements that I might want in my video, I'll put them up here. It's kind of like my workspace. What I'm actually producing gets put down here. So I start with, in the order that I want them, this, my first item right here. And then my video will be next. So this is how it starts. The video will start with this, and then it'll go to here, and it'll keep going as all the different elements are added. To start with, I got my item here, and I will click on, let me show you that again. Okay, so I click on text. Now I can start to add text. Welcome to the show. There aren't a lot of choices. I mean, there's plenty of choices. There's a lot of different things that I can do with this. I can choose different font groups, if you will. Like yeah, Adventure. That was when I was starting out with initially because it looks Cheesedoodle. This looks like almost like Cheesedoodles. It was great. I think with I was using electric with a lot of my zombie videos. And I can also determine how it shows up. So right here, by moving this over, this says when does the text show up on this entire timeline. This title card is up here for 3 seconds initially. So it pops up, and I can actually say when I want it to go away. So within that 3 seconds, I've got audio. Actually, that was left over from a different one. Here's where I add my audio file. California Love, intro. Let's see how it looks. Nope, let's work on that custom audio again. See, the idea is making sure that we get it on a good spot on the where do we want it, putting it on the timeline, selecting our item. There we go. This entire track, this is the length of that entire track. My video is only 1 minute and 31 seconds long, but 3 seconds of it are going to be used up right there. And now it fades into here. It usually works out well enough for me because it takes me a couple seconds during my gameplay to actually click on the record button on the game bar and then start to play and think of what I'm going to say. So I do generally have a couple of seconds to start with, and then it works with me. If it doesn't, I'll have to edit the audio file or fade it out or something like that until I get it just right. So on this point, the timeline, the time has gone through here, and now we're actually on this part of my storyboard. And now I can click on what do I want to do next? Well, at this point, I'll add some text. Now, when I clicked on text, I was at that part in the video, but when I start adding text, it's going to reset it all the way to the beginning. So let me show you. I'll put it right there, and I'll start adding some text. Welcome to Sandy Shores. I'll make a liar out of me. Usually what it does is it sets that point all the way to there. And you can move it around in here. Where do you want it to show up? That's nice. And also, just because I use that font at the very beginning doesn't mean I'm stuck with that. Every time I add new text, I can go back here and I can change how I want it to be. I can put it in different locations. What I can't really do, and I haven't been able to do, is change like the font or the color of the text or all those other things that you can do with a more advanced editor. You do have a lot of flexibility, but it is still kind of limited in what you can do. So I click on done, I play the video, you'll notice that the text is there and then the text will go away. Here and something happens, I'm like, okay, I want to add more text. But what happens with this editor is that the text is already there, I cannot add it again. What I can do is I can split it, and what it's going to do is say at that marker right where I'm at, I'm going to create everything that was before is the clip that's done. And now we're creating a new clip out of what's remaining. So we have this right here, which is the carryover of the audio, the new text that shows up, and it's about to roll into the next clip. So I'm right here. Let's go ahead and click text again, and I'm going to start typing in my text. Now the way I generally like to edit is I'll put my text there and I'll hit play, and that way if I want to, okay, he put his gun away or he pulled the sights down, I can change when I want that text to disappear. If I'm actually putting in a lot of text, like I'm saying something has several paragraphs, I will slide it over here. I'll make that text area bigger and bigger and bigger. Or if I'm saying something brief, I will slide it the other way. I will make that text window smaller. But once I get it to the point that I want it, and I wanted to say something else, like right at this point, I want to say something different. I've seen this video before. I played this game before, so I know what's happening next. I know what to type in. So I'm going to say, okay, that's where I've stopped it. I'm going to click done. This is where I split the video again, and I go to text again, and I'll say my new item. This is how I'm able to introduce multiple text elements in my video, even though video itself only allows for one text element, by actually creating them as separate audio or separate video clips. So well, let's just edit this a little bit. So you'll notice that I've got a typo here. It's not actually showing me a typo. Pay attention to this window right here. This will identify typos that you have. I saw a video recently where I missed one of those and it got by. So, oh well, what are you going to do? I'm not re-editing the whole thing. I don't save my projects. I just publish it. And you also have the capability of, adding a couple line breaks to make it what you want. So I don't like that word do on its line all by itself, so I'll say that won't do. Something better. Okay, he's picked something better, so I'm going to edit my text so it goes away and you can actually watch the action on the screen. Okay, a new element happened, so I pause it, split, done, text, new text. Okay, so that, I'll continue that all the way throughout this until I get to near the end of the video. And I keep doing the split text, split text, split text, until I get to a point, let's call it right in there, I'm only looking at the last couple seconds of this video, usually, all the way down near the end. And I'll hit done one more time, and I'll do text one more. Oh, cancel. Sorry, split. Done. You notice I have all these individual clips now. And I'll put in my new text, and I'll say, thanks for watching. And again, what I'll do is I'll change it to, I think I usually go to, was it classic? Yeah, I like the classic because it blurs out. It takes up half the screen. Whereas while I'm in game, I like this because it's, you can see through it and it's only a third of the screen. They always show the character a little bit left of center. So anyway, I'll go to my classic. I'll say thanks for watching. I will move it a little bit over here. It's got a nice little transition to go with it. And I feel good with that. That'll be the end of my video. So now that it's all done, I'll just click on finish video. And what it will do is it'll put it back on my computer with the same name of my project that I started. And it exports it. Once it's done exporting, I just pop into my YouTube page here. And it's very simple. I click on that, I click that, I click upload video. So while this is finishing, like I said, I recorded this whole session not using Game Bar. I used it with, in order to record my desktop, I had to use something else besides the Game Bar. But all my gameplay that I do is recorded with Game Bar, which is free. When it's done exporting, it'll actually start playing the video. Then, I do all my video editing inside Windows Video Editor, which was free. The audio file, which is how I'm trying to make my videos a little bit better with the custom audio intros, it's free. To learn more about Audacity or to download it if you don't already have it, just put in Audacity in the Google bar. You'll go to it. It's over at SourceForge. Actually, they've got their own site now. Look at that. I think you still download it off SourceForge. There you go. It's a great program. I barely touch the surface of it, and you can probably do a lot more with it than I do. But that was free. I downloaded stuff off the internet and created screenshots and stuff like that, and I just edited in Microsoft Paint if I need to add words to it, like I did with this one right here. I went into, I just grabbed a screen grab, and I used Windows Paint, and I added text, and I added text, and I added text. And well, Windows Paint is free. It's all free. Everything that I've done so far is free, and that means you can do it too. You don't need to invest a lot of money into it only to find out you might not like it, or what's nice about this is these free applications are also easy to use. If I spend more time and I get a lot more viewership and I get more into it, maybe I'll invest in some actual paid for software. Until then, this keeps me busy. It gives me something to do. And I think you can do it too. I mean, if you've got Windows 10, you've got the same stuff that I do. Had fun with it, create some videos, send me a comment or send me a note what video you did, and I'll check out your gameplay too. Happy to do it. In the meantime, that's it for me. Thanks for watching.